when I was 20 years old, I built my first house and I got into development. And so I like to tell everyone I did this business backwards. A lot of people I talk to that are wholesalers today, they want to start getting into flips, to get into rentals, to get into building houses or developing. And I say, well, I started that way and I worked my way back to being a wholesaler. And the reason why is pretty clear. Being a general contractor did not fit my personality. I'm not a good adult babysitter, which is what I call general contracting. And so finding good contractors, we all know, is really hard. Even at a scale, it's really hard business. And I really liked the act of getting in front of deals. I'm a deal junkie. My happy place is going on 5 appointments in a day, meeting with families, trying to figure out their needs and seeing if I can't help them.
Sure. And then, when you went kind of backwards, like when you were doing the real estate investing, so most of the stuff that you're doing now, is it wholesaling, fix and flip? What does that look like?
Well, today, I guess I've grown even past the wholesaling side. I'm more building this national brand of Mom's House to try to find investors like me nationwide. I don't need thousands of investors. I just need investors that can work in the senior living space. You know, if you think about investors, who we are as a people, we're a little bit, I'm being general or stereotypical here. We're kind of big personalities a lot of times, or maybe a little transactional. You know, they're about the money. Every ad you see. I'll give you an example, Jack. I've been networking in senior living for 10 years. I haven't seen the size of someone's check yet. No one's shown me their check yet when I network in that space. But yet when I'm in real estate, everybody's showing the size of their check. They're like, check, look at this check, you know, and it's just, it's the nature of that business versus what I'm talking about today, which is a warm hug and a kiss. And if you don't do it the right way, you probably shouldn't even start, because if you're not there to help others, they're going to see through it anyway. And so to answer your question, you know, I did this business backwards. I think in 08, 09, like everybody, I stopped doing the new construction and I started looking at where is the source of these deals coming from. And back then, you know, in 08, we all thought it was from REO properties. And for everyone out there, that's bank owned or foreclosure properties. If you look at the market today, I think a lot of people are betting on all that's coming back in the next year. I don't know how many short sale advertisements I've seen here in the past week about next year. The wave is coming, right? We all believe, every smart guy I know believes a change is coming. They all think it's going to be maybe not good for the economy change, but we're all trying to get prepared for what's going to happen next. And so back in 08, I was looking at REO properties, but I realized very quickly that wasn't the answer. And so I started exploring all types of marketing. Some worked, some didn't. I've done it all, Jack. I've sent a million pieces of direct mail in my time. I've done weird advertising, normal advertising. I've done it all. And then we started talking about the stereotypes of our best sellers. What was going on in that seller's life? And I started to tell this story that I tell almost every day still, that normally the story goes like this. Dad passed away 8 years ago. Mom's been doing the best she can, right? She's on a fixed income. She's piddling around the house doing great until one day she fell down again. And now she had to have surgery, and it was a hip surgery. And the doctor comes out and says, hey, when Mom gets out of rehab in 3 weeks, she cannot move home. Now, if Jack and Philip are brothers, we look at each other, we're like, what? And Jack, it's literally called crisis management. That's what we're going to go through, right? And so we look at each other, and the number one thing we're going to try to figure out is, where is Mom going to get the best care? And you and I most likely aren't prepared for that. On average, we live 400 miles away from Mom. That's the average. It's hard to rehab a house when you live in town, let alone 400 miles away. And so we go out and we try to get advice from people in the senior living world to give us some direction on where Mom is going to get the best care. And in that moment, we realize that we're going to need to sell the house to pay for this care, because you and I won't pick the cheapest place for Mom's care. That's hardly ever how it goes. I always say, we're going to pick the one with the shiniest chandelier. And it's just because that's human nature of, we want to take care of our mother, the woman that did everything for us, right? And so if we have the money, we go ahead and put Mom in there and just hope that the house sells. We go out and we meet with a realtor, because my sister knows a realtor, right? And she said, this is the guy or the lady you got to call. And the realtor comes in and says, clean this place out, and then do this list of demands before I'll list it for you if you want to try to get that number that Zillow said. And we're looking at each other going, we're still dealing with Mom needing to move into senior living. I don't even live here. I'm just in town for the weekend because Mom's getting out of rehab. We're trying to take care of her. and the realtor's saying we have to clean the place out, and you realize in the basement is mom's taxes from 1978, the workout equipment that's in pristine condition, the VHS tapes, life is down there. I mean, there's a million things in that house. And sometimes even with that family that gets along, it can take 2 to 3 months to clean the house out because they all want to do right by the kids and the grandkids so they can come in and grab some pieces. Because remember, mom's moving from a 1,700 square foot house to a 12 by 14 room. She's going from a 1,700 square feet to 160 square feet. So most of the belongings she has in that moment need to be divided. And everyone has treasures and everyone has trash and everything in between. I heard a stat the other day that I thought was pretty hilarious. Not hilarious, just kind of sad, really. 99% of the estates in St. Louis have $5,000 worth of stuff. That's what the sales bring, with a cost of $5,000 to put that sale on. So that house full of stuff, 99% of the time in St. Louis, Missouri, has zero value.